Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name's Nicole, and I am one of the truck sales professionals here at our Frederick location. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Usually, we look at the M2 106 Pluses, but today we're going to look at one of our M2 112s. This guy is a white, he's got a jet black interior, and this is overall a beautiful truck for that heavy hauling. Let's jump right in with this guy. So one thing you're going to notice that's a little bit different than our normal 106s is this is going to be a different whole setup. This grill is going to be a little bit bigger because it needs more airflow. So you're going to see this beautiful C9 signature summit hauler piece. Like I said, a little bit bigger than we usually see it, but this is going to make it better for that better airflow. Very durable. Right down here, you're gonna see we have our 3-piece removable bumper. Just in case someone bumps you, that's gonna easily slide off so you can repair just one side, and you're gonna avoid that expensive cost of removing all of them, and it's gonna give you less downtime on that. Right down here, as usual, is going to be our Detroit collision detection radar box. There's a lot of safety features built into this truck, so when we get inside, we'll go ahead and talk a little bit more about that, but that's gonna be one of the safety features. Alrighty, taking a look under this hood, you are going to see that we have the Detrit DD13 and the DT12 automated manual. This is gonna give out a little bit higher than normal. Compared to our 106s, this one's gonna be 505 horsepower and 1850 foot-pound of torque. So like I said, it's gonna be a little bit more than we're normally seeing with those 106s, but again, this is gonna be a very heavy hauling truck. It's gonna be for those heavier loads and those longer times on the road because that pair is going to give you lots of towing capacity and power. Just like our other trucks, this one is going to be very durable condensed fiberglass. Now this is going to be durable especially in those months where we've got a lot of hail, where weather's, a lot, especially in Oklahoma, here in Colorado. This is going to be a very durable hood. It's not going to dent as easy for you. But looking back in this guy's gonna lift easy up. So if you need to get in here and do any maintenance on stuff, it's gonna lift up nicely for you. And even when it's windy, this thing's not gonna blow down. It's gonna stay steady, and you can trust that you're gonna be safe under here working. You're gonna notice, again, this is a big engine. There's a lot more stuff going on. It's just bigger. Everything is also very accessible with this hood open. Right here we have our fuel filter water separator, our power steering fluid, we've got our fuse box right there, some more filters on that side, but overall, just a bigger engine than we're normally seeing compared to those 106s. The DD13s are very powerful and larger. And then to get this guy back down, just gonna give it a nice push. It's gonna resist you a little bit, and then it's gonna come down nicely and gonna easily be hooked up for you. One thing I did forget to mention, but we can still discuss it, is right under, those are gonna be the hookups for your jumpers if you need to jump your truck. It's just gonna be sitting right under there, very easy accessible, especially if you have that lifted open. On this truck right here, you're gonna see we have larger Michelin tires. It's gonna be the 275 80R 22.5. Very strong tires for this truck and the towing capacity. That's gonna be paired with the Alcoa wheels. It's a nice chrome. It's gonna give it a pop on the road. And then Transwest adds tire balancers in there, so it's gonna give you, it's another safety feature you're gonna have. It's gonna balance those tires, it's gonna give you smoother ride, and it's gonna give you even wear on all those tires so you're not getting uneven and having to replace them at different times. So that's a good thing that we add. That's another safety feature. It's gonna keep you safe, smooth ride. Right over here is going to be our engine block heater. So that is going to be very helpful in those colder months when it's gonna be freezing, the degrees are gonna be in the negative. You can leave that guy plugged in overnight, and it's gonna keep your fuel, your oil, it's gonna keep everything warmed up so you're not gelling overnight, and it's gonna give you quick and easy startup because everything's gonna be pre-warmed up for you. Taking a look right here, you're gonna see, like on our other trucks, we have our very safe breakaway mirrors. So these mirrors are gonna give you a lot of coverage of the blind spots. You're gonna see a lot of what's going on the road. It's gonna be safer for not only you and your truck, but it's gonna be safer for the people around you as well. And then with all of our trucks, these mirrors do break back and forward. So if someone were to bump you or you gotta move that in for parking, that's gonna be easy for you to do. They won't break off, they'll just break back. With Freightliner, there's a lot of great safety features. Like I was saying, this is one of them. It is our 3-strip non-slip grips. Here in Colorado, things freeze. There's always ice on the ground in the winter months. I know a lot of the country is like that as well, here, especially in the West. These are gonna grip onto you a little bit, so you're feeling more safe getting into this truck, especially because it is a little bit of a step. Matched with this bar right here, you're gonna easily and confidently be able to get in that truck. Another great safety feature to keep in mind, but it's gonna keep you safe for stepping up there. Alrighty, looking into the front of the truck, you're gonna see that, like all of our trucks, these are very comfortable seats. They are air ride, so they're gonna be more shock absorbing compared to your normal pickup or car seats with that air ride. Here's some features right here that you can do. These are gonna be buttons for the air lift. We've got the lumbar support controls, our tilt, and then our heated and cooling seats right over there. I like to say again, with the black interior, this matches very well with our white exterior. The black interior looks absolutely fantastic with everything blacked out, super modern and very simple. Taking a look right down here, you're gonna see we have our auxiliary cutoff. That is gonna be the kill switch for the truck, where if you're not using it for a long period of time, you can go ahead and flip that switch. It's gonna kill all the lighting and all the features on this truck that may be left on. That way you know that you're not draining your battery. And then sitting right behind there is going to be our light test button. That is going to run a full light test for your truck before you get on the road. Just gonna assure that your blinkers are working, hazards, and that you're running this truck safely on the road. When we get inside, I'll tell you a little bit more about those seating, because there's some additional features in there that are really nice that I'll show you guys. Taking a look right here, this is going to be our first fuel tank. This is gonna be a 100-gallon fuel tank. Now, there is 2 different fuel tanks on this truck. This is going to be our 100, the other side is going to have 50. So you're gonna total 150 gallons of fuel that can fit onto this truck. Just like our other trucks, those are self-balancing. However, if you do want a full fill on those, you will have to fill both sides. But that is going to be our first side with the larger tank that is 100. So another great thing to know is that does come down and lock for safety reasons. If that's something you want to do, that can absolutely be done. Right back here is going to be our DEF tank right there, and then our trickle charger. So easy having these together, and like I said, it's a great thing that they are closed off. But as for our trickle charger, this is going to be a great thing to use, especially if you're not using the truck for a few months, a few weeks. If you leave that plugged in the shop, it's gonna trickle power in there, and that's gonna make it so that when you're starting up that engine, the batteries are gonna be fine, and you're not gonna have to worry about not starting up. So that's where those are. Taking a look at our back seat, there's a lot of room back here, again with that beautiful jet black, simple interior. Lots of room back here. Like I said, there's room to fit duffels, small bags, and that stuff under the seat so that your passengers aren't gonna have anything by their feet. Another great thing about this is there's a motorized bed that folds out on this truck. As you can see, there it goes. One thing to keep in mind with that is you don't want to have weight on that while you motorize that down, just for safety reasons, and you don't want to damage that motor. But this is DOT certified, so if you want to take a nap on the side of the road, gas station, wherever, you can confidently do that, and that is DOT certified, so that's a good thing to keep in mind as well. But yeah, like I said, there's so much space back there, especially for your passengers. That's another luxury thing about these Summit Hauler conversions, is they are built for luxury, and that space is a great feature to have on those. Alrighty, let's take a look at our first storage compartment. So all of our storage compartments are diamond plated. This is gonna make them more durable and scratch proof, especially if you got a lot of tools back here. It's gonna keep your things stiff in there, so nothing sliding around as much as it would on a flat surface. But like I said, there's lots of storage room in here. And then taking a look in that corner, you're gonna see we have installed, Transwest installs air trucks into our trucks to make that a great feature for you. And then you can see that air hose. It's gonna be an easy hookup. If you need to pump up your tire, you wanna pump up your buddy's tire, or you're going to the lake and you wanna pump up a tube, that's gonna be an easy way you can do that, and everything can just stow nicely in there. But this is gonna be a great storage compartment if you wanna put extra def, some tools, whatever you may need, that's built for you to use. Taking a look at our smaller storage compartment, again, the very durable diamond plate in there. This is gonna be a great compartment if you wanna store some straps and chains, just because they're going to be easier to find for you with those little objects. And then another thing is, on all of our storage compartments, we do have the weather sealing on those. That's just going to make everything safer in there. They're not going to get wet, so you can rest assured that your tools, everything you have in these storage compartments are going to stay safe for you, and they're not going to get wet or damaged. Alrighty, taking a look at the bed of this truck, you're gonna notice that instead of our diamond plate chrome, this one's black. This actually has a liner over it that's gonna give it even more safety and durability and strength against the weather and that kind of stuff. So this is gonna keep things even more rust proof, and it's just gonna, you know, it's a great thing to have, especially with the investment on this truck. So you're just protecting that with the extra liner. Taking a look right there, you're gonna see we have the two pre-drilled holes. That's gonna be great if you want a extra storage compartment. We can always do that for you as well. If you're looking to get a toolbox or some extra storage back there, you can let us know when you're purchasing the truck, and we will either get that shipped out to you for easy install, or we can get that installed for you before you pick it up. Taking a look right over the headache bar, that is going to be our camera one of our Voyager system. Now, we have an amazing camera system built into this truck, and I'll go ahead and talk a little bit more about that when we get in there, but that is gonna be our first camera that's gonna give you a visual of backing up, whether you're hooking up to a fifth wheel or a gooseneck. That's just gonna give you some extra visual to help you assist in that. Taking a look right over here, you're gonna see we have the 3 tracks that can hold up to 1,000 pounds of tie down. Whether you wanna put something small on the back here, whatever you may need, these are built for you to do so. Right over here, you're gonna see this is our hookup for our fifth wheel or gooseneck. We can add a gooseneck ball. A lot of our clients really enjoy the Hensley hitches, so that's always our recommendation for that. And then the hookup for that is going to be right over here, and your bumper pull hookup is gonna be right there. Taking a look down here is going to be our Gen Y hitch. This is going to be our 2 5/16 ball, and this hitch can pull up to 32,000 pounds. Right over there is going to be our 2-inch ball. A great feature about the Gen Y hitch is it's completely customizable for where you need it. If you want to raise that up or drop it down, you can take it apart easily by pulling that out. It's completely customizable for what you need it for, so that's a great thing to keep in mind as well. Right up here, you're going to see we have a camera built in that is going to give you a visual of backing up that bumper pull. So if you need some assistance backing that up, that guy's going to be right there for you, and I'll show you that when we get inside. Right over here is going to be our secondary camera for our Voyager system. That is going to be a great opportunity if you're pulling horses or a big stock trailer, whatever you may be pulling. If you want to insert those cameras into your stock trailer, your horse trailer, whatever it may be, that can easily be done either wired or wirelessly, whatever you prefer. We can make that happen for you. So that's a great thing to keep in mind. Another great safety feature is those added camera options. So that is a great thing to know. Already moving to the other side, you're gonna see we have another smaller sized storage compartment. Gonna be the same, near the same thing as the other side, but another great place to put those straps and chains. Again, with this side, another large storage compartment. Again, diamond plate. One thing I'd like to mention about these larger storage compartments is they do have light features. So if you're going through this at night and you need to find something urgently, those lights are gonna light up pretty bright for you. I know it doesn't look like it right now just because it's daytime, but if you need to get in there at night, everything is gonna be seen for you because those are pretty bright. Right over here is going to be our secondary fuel tank that I was discussing on the other side. This is going to be our 50-gallon. So like I said, on that side we've got the 100, this side's gonna be the 50. So you can always fill on both the sides or fill one and they will self-level. Again, you will have to fill both sides in order to get that full fill. I know this is a little bit different than we usually see. This guy's a little funny looking on the side, but this is going to be another great feature for our Detroit system. I'll talk a little bit about this in the truck, but this is going to be a side guard assist. So it's going to give you a visual that you're not going to see on the side of the truck, but it's going to be a second pair of eyes for you. So we'll look into a little bit more about that here in a second. Taking a look at the front seat of the truck, you're going to see there's the same amount of comfortability built in to our passenger side as well as our driver's side. So you're gonna have the same features for comfort, air raise, lumbar support, heated and cooling, and that tilt. So everything's gonna be very comfortable. Again, that is also an air ride seat. So that's a great thing to keep in mind. Right under here, the only difference is that part is gonna come off, and there's going to be a panel or some fuse panels right under there. So if you do need access to those fuses, that little topper is just gonna pop right off and you can get access to that. So those are where those fuses are going to be if you do need to get into those. As you jump into the back seat, you're gonna see that there's some charging ports there at the bottom. Those are gonna be great if you need to charge, you know, an iPad, iPhone, a small laptop, whatever it is. Those are gonna be a great place for you to charge those, and they do work exceptionally well. As we're getting in the truck, you're gonna see, wow, that is a very large windshield. Well, you are completely right. That is gonna be 2,500 square inches of windshield. So that's gonna give you a great visual of the road, not only during the day, but at night as well. I know a lot of the truck drivers that purchase these trucks are night drivers, so that's gonna be a great thing to know, is you have great visibility on the road, especially at night when it is very important. Alrighty, let's just get this guy started. I'm gonna leave it running accessories for just a few seconds. Everything's waking up, our gauges are going where they're supposed to, and we are good to start the truck. Smooth and easy startup. Alrighty, going back to that windshield, you're gonna see that is going to be another housing system for our Detroit Assurance Box. Just a lot of safety features. It's gonna be another round of sensors in there to keep you safe on the road. Right over there is going to be an additional storage compartment. So that's going to be a great place to put some of your sunglasses, smaller pens, that kind of stuff. Easy things you may need, especially for your passenger that's right there. That's going to be an easy storage compartment. Right over here, this guy's built in to have a CV radio. However, if you do not want one of those and you want this removed, we can put a storage panel in there where you can just put some additional storage. So again, if you are interested in this truck, that's something you let us know and we can make sure we take care of that for you. Right over here, moving up, you're gonna see this is our Voyager system camera. This is one of the things I was talking about at back. You can see our first vision is gonna be where that gooseneck ball would be and the fifth wheel hitch, so that's gonna give you that help. But in order to sort through those cameras, because you can have up to 4, you're gonna click this button. That'd be our camera 2. And then that is our camera 3, so that is where you can get some assistance backing up that bumper pull. And then our camera 4, we can have a split screen. So again, there's our 2 cameras, or 3 cameras right there. And then we can have all 4 of those at once. So if you do purchase this truck and you're pulling stock, those would be a great place. You could hook up those in the trailer and you can see all of your cameras at one time. So that is a huge thing to keep in mind, especially if you got those animals. Alrighty, we'll leave that back at camera 1. Taking a look right here, that is going to be a secondary mic for our Bluetooth. We've got our air horn right over here. And then moving down to the side, we have our all of our mirror buttons right there. Those do completely move based on control, so you can adjust that. These 2 buttons are gonna be for your 2 front mirrors. However, when you hit this rear button, that guy's gonna light up. You will then have the ability to use the 2 back mirrors. So you do have controls of all the mirrors just by a click of a button. So that's a good thing to keep in mind as well. Alrighty, moving right over to our steering wheel right here. These are gonna be the controls for our display. Now we've got a very user-friendly but very helpful display here. It's gonna have the diagnostics, your speed, some different things that some pickups and trucks don't have, but you're gonna have the ability to see all of that just by the click of the button on the steering wheel in that easy-to-use display. We have our volume buttons right there, and then moving to this side, this is gonna be our hands-free calling. Another great safety feature is the ability to use hands-free calling from your phone by the touch of the button on your steering wheel, so you don't have to grab that phone. Right over here is going to be our cruise control buttons. Again, you can keep your hands on the wheel, so that's going to be safer for you as well. Taking a look right down here, this is going to be standard to what our M2 106 is, the same look on those, but this is going to be our gear shift. As you can see, we're obviously in neutral. Not only that, but that's going to be how you'd use this truck in manual. So if you press that button in, you'll be able to shift back and forward, and that's how you would shift those gears on the truck. And then this is also going to be where our truck's engine brakes are, and those shift 1, 2, and 3. So that's going to be that braking assist for you, which is going to be great, especially if you're pulling a trailer that is heavy. With this truck, you're going to probably be pulling heavy things. So those are going to be extremely important to use pulling those heavy trailers. Right over here is going to be the truck's parking brake, and right down here is our air supply for our trailer. If you're pulling, an air ride horse trailer, stock trailer, whatever it is, the hookups are at the back of the truck, and then you can supply the air given that way. Right here we have our Red Arc trailer brake system, very strong system, and you can use this based on the sensitivity you want it, just easily switches. Right there is our sub controls for our subwoofer. We have our hazard lights right there, dome light, footwell, our utility light, and then we have our work light right there. The work light is on the back. And then these are gonna be some of our safety features again on the truck. So there's our automatic brake assist, and then that's gonna be our side guard assist. So I know I was showing you guys on the side how there's that little black box that says don't step on. That's gonna be that side guard assist. Now, a great thing to know, if you keep this on, there's going to be a little triangle right on the side right there. You can see it. That guy will light up. I know a lot of cars nowadays and pickups, they have that option to do that. And so that'll let you know when there's somebody on the side of, your truck, where it'll alert you so you don't get over. So that's a good thing to know. And then that's a lane departure warning. That's just gonna make a sound if you're going into your lane or going off the side or into someone else's lane. We've got our traction control, and then this is gonna be our hill assist. So essentially what that guy's gonna do is, if you have this on when you're going up a hill, whether that's with a heavy load or whatever it may be, if you have this on, it's gonna keep you from sliding backwards. It's just gonna keep you moving forward. So if you take your foot off the pedal, it's not gonna move backwards. So that's gonna help you with that. And then we have our shutdown override button. So this is a great button to know for safety reasons. If you are on the highway, you've got a big stock trailer, you've got a hot shot load, whatever it is, and the engine's telling you there's errors or whatever, there's alerts. If you cannot safely get off the road at the moment, you can hit this button. That's gonna override the air codes on this, and it's gonna give you the opportunity to safely get off the highway or to the side of the road. And so that's a super good thing to know. Just be safe while using that. Right here we have our differential lock and our suspension dump. So what that's gonna do is that's just gonna drop those airbags in the back. It's gonna make it a better towing experience for you, whether it's hooking up or pulling. That is the option to do that. It can also be used based on the weight of the load, just to balance everything out. Right over here is going to be our heating and cooling for the back seat, and then we have our fan speed. Right under there are gonna be the hookups for using your Stinger system right up here. So again, this is a very user-friendly display system. This is gonna be how you connect to your Apple CarPlay, Android Audio. You can have your phone features, connect Bluetooth, All that good stuff is going to be right there. Another great thing I like to add, because we get a lot of questions about this, is it does have a built-in navigation system. So that's going to be a great safety feature if you don't want to keep like holding your phone, you don't want to use Apple Maps. You can connect your navigation system and it'll stay up there for you where you can keep your hands on the wheel and just take a look at that when needed. It is touchscreen, again, user-friendly, and all the controls are right up there. So that is a very great system to know. Moving back down here, this is going to be our air controls for the front of the truck. So this is going to be pretty standard to a pickup, heating, cooling, and then fan speed, and then where you want that air to go. So moving up here, you're going to see we have the removable cup holders. It's a great feature, especially if your kids spill, you spill, whatever. They can easily be removed and washed, which I know I wish my pickup had that, because I've definitely had that issue before. So that is a great thing to know, as they do come out and they can be cleaned. Another great thing to know about that is they do fit larger cups. So if you have a Stanley, that is going to work great for you. Taking a look down here, you're going to see we have a pretty large storage compartment in there where you can fit some papers, small tools, whatever you may need, those can easily fit in there for you. Another great thing I want to add while we have a second here is this is a little bit different than some of our M2 106 trucks, but this truck specifically has massage features. So I know if you get like a massage chair or whatever it may be, sometimes you have them in the trucks. These ones are built in, and there's a lot of fun features you can use. So just know that that does come with this truck, both on the driver and the passenger side. So man, comfortability is definitely a thing, especially for this truck with those massaging seats, and they work fantastic, let me tell you. All right, taking a look up here, you're gonna see we have some great lighting features that Freightliner has built into here. So the first is going to be the reading lights. Now these are gonna be very bright, especially at night. It's just gonna keep everything lit up. If you're trying to do something up here, it's gonna be great for you to use. We have our blue lights, which you can see right here. Those are gonna be great to use at night. It's just gonna accumulate your eyes better to the bright headlights on the highway. And it's going to keep you more awake, but yeah, it's just going to do less damage on your eyes when you're driving at night. Last but not least, we have the very fun luxury moonlighting. I know some of you guys have probably been on a limousine or a party bus. That is going to be the same look as you would see on one of those guys. It's like we say, these Summit haulers really are built for luxury, and this is just going to be one of those fun features that are added on to those. So great features, especially with this truck. This is a 112 compared to our M2 106s. There's a lot more safety features on this truck. It's going to have that heavier towing capacity, more comfortability features. So overall, this is just going to be a great truck. And if you are interested in this one or any of the others on our lot, I have my stuff right here to give me a call, send me a text, email me, whatever are the best way for you to contact me. I'd be happy to chat with you. So yeah, if you have any questions, give me a call, and if I guess we will see you guys later this week. So I hope you have a fantastic day.